I know we've talked in the past about how we've started getting a bit more into Godzilla figurines.
Yes.
I have to admit something, Jasha.
What?
Between you and I, and whoever's listening,
won't be anyone listening, right?
I may have bought my first expensive Hedora Sofubi figure.
You actually pressed the button. You actually bought one?
Yeah.
Was this the giant, like, purple Hedora?
This is a black, purple, red variant huffing a chimney.
The scene when he's just...
It's getting specially ordered in from Japan. I had to put down a $60 deposit.
Wait, how much is the whole figure then?
Let's not talk about that.
Wait, didn't you just tell me yesterday we were putting down another deposit for a Mechagodzilla figure?
I haven't put down a deposit on that yet. I have to buy that one. I have to buy that one outright. I've gone down the hole. I think my plan at the moment, I'm going to focus on Mechagodzilla and Hedora.
Okay.
Which is already like hundreds of figures each year.
Yeah.
That's me sorted. I was wondering, do you have any specific Godzilla characters that you want to focus on for your figurine collection?
I don't really have characters per se, but I've been collecting the Mezco toys line so far. I have Mezco's Mechagodzilla and King Caesar ones pre-ordered. I'm looking forward to those. But I have also just got a few Godzilla figures. So maybe Godzilla, Big G himself.
You've got a lot of Godzilla ones, especially on the way.
Yeah, I do. But you not seconds ago, just said you're just getting Mechagodzilla and Hedora. Don't you have Gigan figures pre-ordered as well?
This is the sand pit. This is the sinking sand of Godzilla figures. You find one cool one that's outside of your scope.
Yes.
Hey, I'm going to get this one now.
Yeah.
And then you're sucked into getting every single one of those figures that you see.
I personally don't know how people do it, because it feels like every single week at this point, there's either a new figure, a new vinyl record, a new t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Godzilla memorabilia, like whoever's in the Godzilla marketing department and is in charge of all their rights and selling their rights to different companies, they're doing a good job.
They've handed them out like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see those Godzilla super fans who have like just hundreds of figures in their collections. I don't know what they had to sell, whose soul they had to forfeit and give up to get the money for those. Here's my plan though. Here's my plan.
Okay.
End of March, my tax returns are coming in.
All right. Where's this going?
I'm going to set aside those.
Thousands of dollars of tax returns.
That's going to be my little... That's going to be my little fund collection for these figures. Nothing else. That's going to last me the year.
Whoa, okay. Shoot, all right. Half of that's already gone with Hedora figures and Godzilla pre-orders. And well, good luck to you. Good luck to you. I love that we have this a record in. We have this on the podcast forever. Yeah. Guys, Micah is only spending his tax returns on Godzilla figures. Until the end of the year, you're not going to hear him talk about putting down any more money or buying any more figures with any big new releases. This is it.
Well, I'll make those funds stretch.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll keep this little episode as a little time capsule.
Okay.
For in 10 years when I'm just drowning in Hedoras.
This
is
where
I
it
go
started.
to bed at night.
This episode's going to be studied at psych classes across the world as someone's downfall.
Yeah, this is where the addiction starts.
The beginning. George, come in, George. Is that you, George? It's Steve Martin here for another episode of Podzilla, everybody.
Who's George? Who's George?
Am I remembering this correctly, that in Godzilla King of the Monsters, the original Americanization?
Yes, he was talking to
Steve Martin
George.
Talks to George. And we are back on today's episode with the sequel to that Americanization, another Americanization, Godzilla 1985, remake, redux
Americanization
of The Return of Godzilla. But welcome, everyone. This is a show where me, Jasha, and my brother, Micah,
Hey, that's me.
that's him over there,
I'm George.
yeah, me and George go through every Godzilla movie in order of release date. And we're in, like, we've just started off the Heisei era. I'm looking forward to jumping into these Heisei movies. And then Godzilla 1985 came knocking at our door.
Yeah, this was the little bump in the road before the journey really gets underway.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one, and I'm really looking forward to covering it. We both just watched this earlier today, so fresh off the press.
Yeah.
Fresh thoughts off the press as well.
Yeah.
But before we started, Jasha,
Yeah.
you can't forget the news. This is a thing now. What do we call it?
Podzilla News? Oh no, what was...
It's not Manila Mail, that's your...
Oh, Manila Mail?
Isn't that your section?
I don't have a section.
Wait a second. What alternate universe am I thinking of? We'll workshop it. The news.
Okay.
Mega Newslon.
Mega Newslons.
Yeah, that's me.
I love it.
Okay, so we've been keeping up with the saga, guys.
Wait, so you're saying in 2 weeks there's been more Godzilla news?
Yes.
All right.
Quite big news, actually.
Okay.
So let me bring up my little newspaper.
Okay.
First off, Jasha, quite fitting for the timing of this. Have you heard of Cavity Color?
Cavity Colors is like a t-shirt brand.
It's like a nerdy clothing brand. They have just announced and actually released their Return of Godzilla collection. We have somebody on the inside.
Someone at Cavity Colors listens to Podzilla is honoring us by releasing official merch the same time we drop our episodes.
That's right, and it actually looks really cool. We have some sweatpants here, some shirts, some jackets, some very, very good stuff.
I might actually check those out because I have another confession as well, just coming off your confession in the intro.
Yep.
Have you heard of Rucking Fotten before?
I'm familiar with another clothing brand.
Yes, another clothing brand that do really exclusive drops of official like movie merch. Really exclusive, limited quantities. You have to jump in, grab it while you can. A lot of it doesn't actually look great and isn't well designed. A lot of the stuff they've done in the past.
You just scrapped any chance we had of getting a sponsorship.
Oh, sorry. No, scratch. Yeah, I'll edit that out. Rucking Fotten is amazing.
That's right.
It's very hard to say that name without swapping letters around. But they dropped Godzilla vs. Mothra and Destroy All Monsters shirt designs, and I pre-ordered a couple.
And those are shipped from America. Those are very expensive.
Yeah, they were.
So if you want to support our Patreon and support our addictions, feel free to go ahead.
I think this episode is going to mark the start of both of our downfall.
I think so. We also have some news regarding a new TV show. Have you heard of Chibi Godzilla?
Yes, I have a Chibi Godzilla figure right here, alongside Chibi King Ghidorah.
Good job.
Yeah.
There's also another Chibi Mothra figure I know of. Yeah. If anybody wants to buy Jasha that, he hasn't got that one yet. Chibi Godzilla is originally a children's picture book character.
Yeah, I think there are a couple episodes of a YouTube show that came out last year, like Good Morning Chibi Godzilla or something.
I want to say that. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
There was a book that came out called Do Your Best Chibi Godzilla, followed by Close Friends Chibi Godzilla, starring some of his friends like Chibi Godzilla, Rodan, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Anguirus, and Mechagodzilla. All distinct characters with chibi versions of them. They have announced a new short TV show coming April 1st this year. Not an April Fool's joke, called Chibi Godzilla's Counterattack.
What?
This is a Japanese children's show which will star new characters in the Godzilla universe, such as Chibi Hedorah, Chibi Biolante, Chibi Shobijin, and non-Chibi Godzilla.
Wait, what?
In the Chibi Godzilla universe. If you look at the poster, there's just a giant, normal-looking, scary Godzilla in the background.
Hold up, you're blowing my mind right now, because I thought that Chibi Godzilla was Godzilla and it was just in a Chibi universe.
Chibi Godzilla is canonically Godzilla as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not like there's Godzilla, but then an entirely different character is Chibi Godzilla.
Maybe this is another one of those weird timeline things. I'm sure we're going to cover this at some point.
Yeah,
guys.
great. New Godzilla show.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Also announced, or re-announced, there was a 1997 show called Godzilla Island. This was a very...
Yes, I know of it. Go on.
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh here. This was a show that was released over 1 year with 256 3-minute episodes of... They used action figures to play out stories in the Godzilla universe.
It's like a 90s version of Godziban, if you're familiar with
Yeah.
Godziban.
It's set in 2097 on Godzilla Island, watched over by the G-Guard,
Yeah.
with a whole plot line, tons and tons of new characters. Have you heard of Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah?
Never.
Neo Hedorah.
Yes, that's the Hedorah
Oh.
that controls Matangos.
Yes,
Yeah.
you've done your homework. We
Yeah.
have talked about this a little bit before. Originally, that's only been available in Japanese, no subtitles. That is slowly being released episode by episode to the Toho YouTube channel with English
Hey.
subtitles.
So this is off the back of them releasing like weekly Godzilla the animated series episodes.
Yep.
That's
now
cool.
that that's finished, welcome to Action Figure Land.
That's cool. That's exciting. I think that was coming up on our schedule to cover, so we'll have to figure out what we do with that. Do we just watch the whole show in Japanese, 200 and whatever episodes? Or do we wait like 2-3 years
We'll see.
until...
We could do an ongoing series.
Okay, a spin-off show. Podzilla Island.
Podzilla. Oh, there you go. Jasha, that's the news. I've been your host, Micah King Ghidorah. Hyper Micah King Ghidorah.
Oh, I don't know about this mega news segment, to be honest. Mega Newlon.
Make a news one.
I don't know.
Let's get back to the episode.
All right, yeah, let's get into it. Godzilla 1985, the American version of Return of Godzilla. Godzilla has returned, and the United States of America are willing to assist Japan in any way possible, calling in Martin, Steve Martin, famed reporter and Godzilla survivor, to help. As Godzilla proceeds to attack Tokyo, Japan sends their attack plane, the Super X, to fight back. But what nobody prepared for was Russia launching their own nuclear strike against the monster, and America is Tokyo's only chance at survival. In the end, Russia is stopped, Godzilla is destroyed, Dr. Peppers are shared all around, and Earth remembers what Godzilla has taught us all.
I'll bring you back real quick to that Dr. Pepper you mentioned there. For all the listeners, what's up with Dr. Pepper?
Well, first off, I guess before we get into this episode proper, Godzilla 1985 is a real oddity. Like, it's a very strange movie, and the way it came about was very strange as well. A production company called New World obtained the distribution rights for the Return of Godzilla in the US, and one of the producers at New World, Tony Randall, believed that the Return of Godzilla had way too much goofy content in it that Americans would never take seriously. And the only way to make it a success was to emphasize the campiness and make it even more goofy for Americans to understand.
That line of thinking does track.
I don't understand the logic, but yeah, it makes sense. So the initial plan with Godzilla 1985 was to dub over the Japanese footage into English in a straightforward, no-nonsense manner, and then add in new scenes with American actors that were entirely comic relief. To, just emphasize the fact, hey, you're not supposed to take this seriously. The whole thing's a comedy, and to try and make American viewers enjoy it more, right? So 2 new screenwriters were recruited, Lisa Tomei wrote the script for the dub, and Straw Wiesman wrote the script for the new scenes. And yeah, 10 minutes of new footage were added in to Return of Godzilla.
10 minutes.
And the old movie was chopped up, re-edited, things were chucked out, things were altered, these new scenes were edited in. And most of the new scenes are based at the Pentagon.
In America.
In America.
Interesting, Jason. Interesting.
Now, interestingly enough, there's an actress called Lorne Green who was supposed to be the star of this movie. She was supposed to be someone working at the Pentagon. She was going to head up all these American scenes. But Randall, the producer at New World Pictures, suggested bringing Raymond Burr back from Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Micah. Raymond Burr playing Steve Martin.
That's interesting. For those who aren't aware, the original Godzilla, Gojira, had an Americanization with a new character called Raymond Burr. They brought him back for the Americanization of Return of Godzilla. So this is like the Americanization canon.
Yeah, it's making it just like the Return of Godzilla was a direct sequel to Godzilla 1954 and got rid of everything in between. This is doing the exact same, but it's making it a direct sequel to the 1956 Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'll speed through the rest of this stuff here, but Raymond Burr was really excited to come back into the Godzilla world, but he had very, very unusual demands when he showed up, okay? So this is the juicy stuff.
It's one of those actors.
The new footage was going to be filmed over 3 days, all the stuff in the Pentagon. But Burr only wanted to show up on set for 1 day. And he was adamant that he would only work no more than 8 hours. And this forced the director and the crew to focus on shooting Burr only and saving all the rest of the shots for later on. So they'd get everything they could do with Burr on that first day, right?
Yeah.
Burr also refused to memorize any of his lines and insisted that teleprompters be strategically positioned around the set for him to use.
Wait. Okay, hold up. Am I thinking back correctly? Back in the first movie, back in
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters, didn't he have weird demands for that movie as well?
I think so as well. I think it's the same thing. He was only on set for a limited amount of time, and he got out of there as soon as possible.
He didn't learn his lines.
No. It gets stranger as well. I mean, Burr said that he took the concept of Godzilla very, very seriously. The whole anti-nuclear allegory, everything is such a serious subject matter to him. So, he didn't want to treat this as a joke at all. So, New World's whole idea to make all these new segments comedic, and make this whole film just this goofy, funny time, Raymond Burr wasn't having any of it at all. And the script was completely revamped to be more serious in tone, and all of Raymond Burr's comedic lines were given to Travis Swords, who plays as his other American lieutenant.
He's like this ginger. He is really the comedic character of those American scenes, isn't he?
Yeah, he
It's
is.
so weird. It's really uncanny that Raymond Burr states that he has such a fascination and appreciation for the themes of the Godzilla movie, that he played a big part of back in the Americanization back in the day. But then he doesn't even respect it so much to learn his lines.
I know.
Or devote more than a single day to any of the film.
I know. Yeah.
And I gotta say, in the scenes that he does appear in this, he just seems totally uninterested.
Yeah,
really.
right. The guy who was the most interesting was this Travis Swords dude who got all of his comedic lines.
He showed a little bit of passion for the project. And I gotta say, he drank some Dr. Pepper really well while doing it.
Yeah. So, to coincide with this Godzilla 1985, Dr. Pepper launched a $10 million advertising campaign.
$10 million?
And yeah, a vending machine shows up in the movie. People are drinking Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper cans are seen on the ground near a kid, where the kid's playing. And this movie was released to the public. It wasn't well received. It didn't make as much money as they thought it would. It went head to head with other movies like Back to the Future.
That's unfortunate for coming out at the same time.
I know. And the whole thing was a big train wreck. That's Godzilla 1985.
1985. Yeah. That's good job, Jason.
So with that as kind of a backdrop to the film, what did you think of the movie, Micah?
That's such a big question for this movie. So I think the original film, 1984, Return of Godzilla, they cut down a lot of the movie.
Yeah, this movie's 16 minutes shorter than the original.
Yeah. And if you discount the American stuff, that makes it 26 minutes of Japanese original content that's cut.
Yeah.
This movie feels so much different than the Return of Godzilla is. It feels a lot more snappy and like any extra jib was cut off. Is jib a word? Did I use that correctly?
Jib? Like wood? Like
yeah, I'll
wooden
stick with
jib? Is that what you...
I think I'm getting that
So
the cut of my jib statement mixed up.
Right, you're relating Godzilla 1985 to a piece of wood. And you're saying that piece of wood, the excess jib, was just cut off.
Yeah, they cut off the jib.
So you're saying the director of this movie, not even the director, you're saying Raymond Burr was a carpenter in this scenario.
Jason, let's get back on track here. cut this jib out.
Okay.
I'm not liking the cut of your jib right now. Yeah, I mean, even from the start, it feels like we see so much less of our original heroes in the movie.
Yeah.
You remember Goro Maki, he was the protagonist. So much of his characterization has been stripped away. There's quite a telling scene where Goro Maki, he's talking to Naoko, the female protagonist in this movie, and there's this whole plot line in the original film about how he's not supposed to tell her that her brother Hiroshi, in this movie called Ken, or Kenny for some reason, is being held hostage and kind of hidden by the government for the cover-up of Godzilla. They're not wanting that to be released to the public.
Yeah.
There's this whole plotline where he's leading her to him so that he can get some photography shots to put in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
So he isn't really on her side at all. He's just using her, essentially.
Yeah.
That reveal that he's using her is taken out of this film.
Yeah.
Which makes him just kind of boring. He's just a good guy.
He's just all around good guy Goro in this movie.
That's right. And it feels like that for most of the rest of the characters. Even the Prime Minister in this movie, played by Keiju Kobayashi, some of the more prominent and, I want to say, encouraging scenes where he's talking about quotes about Japan and its relation to the Cold War-esque kind of content at the time, a lot of those have been taken out as well, just leaving his character a bit more bland.
Yeah. I want to say as well, like, what was a great allegory for the Cold War and what was a great, like, redo of some of the themes of the original film, it's kind of not that at all anymore. The Return of Godzilla saw Russia and America both as threats to Japan, wanting to use nuclear weapons to destroy Godzilla.
Yes.
They were both equal threats. This movie, America are the good guys. America are the heroes wanting to help out Japan. Russia are the bad dudes who purposefully launch a missile this time around.
That was a pure accident in Return of Godzilla.
Yeah.
And now it's just an explicit detail that they
fired a missile
yeah.
Against Japan's wishes to destroy Godzilla, which America gladly has to help them out by stopping.
There's no good reason for them doing that either.
They're just bad.
Can you tell me why Russia launched the missile?
Micah, because as all Americans in the 80s would know, just like myself.
An American.
Yeah, I'm an American, yeah. Russia sucks, Micah. I mean, Russia still kind of sucks. The Russian government at the moment, not great. But back in the day, what the US was doing to Japan wasn't great either. And this movie's kind of just redone it all for American audiences to make America seem the best, the greatest country on earth.
And it doesn't put Japan in a bad light, it just puts America in a better light and Russia in a worse light.
Yeah.
There are also scenes from Return of Godzilla where we see the Russian team on submarines, and because they're a little bit more ambivalent and neutral in that original film, we see their side of the story as Godzilla's attacking them. We have subtitles for all of their scenes so we understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And even in those discussion scenes with the Japanese Prime Minister, we see Russia's side of things and we actually understand what they're saying. All Russian subtitles have been taken out.
Yeah.
We have no clue what's happening in those scenes.
Yeah, Russians in this are just crazy goons who we cannot understand. They don't make sense.
I don't understand them, Cheshire. They're foreign to me.
Yeah. I will get back to what you say though. Like this movie just flies by. It's way shorter. Everything is just feels so breezy. A lot of the longer scenes have the jib trimmed, as some would say.
Yeah.
Like a lot of scenes are just trimmed all the way down. Scenes are taken out completely. There are scenes in the Return of Godzilla, the Japanese version, where we see like photographs of Godzilla from the original movie, and they slowly understand and piece together that Godzilla's back. And this, straight away, Godzilla's back. Straight away.
Yeah, no lead up to it.
No lead up. Straight away, everyone's just go, straight into action, working together to stop Godzilla, where there was a little bit of build-up initially in the original.
Yeah.
There's also some scenes which are just worse. Like, at the start, when Goromaki goes onto the abandoned ship and fights Shockirus, the sea louse.
This was a great scene in Return of Godzilla.
Yeah, and it's still cool, but it's cut down so much so that it's like 5 seconds, and that's all we see of Shockirus.
Yeah, he was in it for, I want to say there was like a real long fight between those two.
Well, it was
the
decent.
big sea louse,
Yeah.
he's the first monster, the first kaiju in this movie. And he kind of just drops down from the ceiling and then Goro stabs him.
It's really quickly dealt with. And I didn't even mention it last time, but I've seen bits of this movie before. Bits of this cut.
Wait.
Way back in the day when I was but a wee lad.
Guys, sit down. We're getting Jason lore.
Back when I was a kid.
Update the Wikipedia page.
Back when I was a kid. And we'd watched a few Godzilla movies here and there, and our dad was slowly showing us ones like Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, Son of Godzilla, all the old school stuff that we grew up with. I think he used to get Godzilla movies, check them to see if they were alright for us to watch, that they weren't too gory or scary, and then he would let us watch them. I remember walking around the house when Dad wasn't home and finding just a VHS on the bookshelf, and it was of a movie called Godzilla 1985. It had an orange case. I can remember it vividly.
No, I do remember this. That's the only thing I remember about it is the orange case.
Orange case. And I was like, wow, I haven't seen this one. Dad hasn't shown this to us. I wonder what this is. He mustn't have checked it yet, but it's Godzilla. It'll be fine. And I remember putting it in the VHS player, and it's starting up. And I was absolutely scared out of my mind and felt like I had just done the worst thing possible, sitting down watching these dead bodies on this boat at the beginning, blood all over the ship, the sea louse about to sink his jaws into Goro's neck.
How old were you here?
I must have been like 5 years old, younger. And I remember just ejecting the VHS and just being scared out of my mind and never telling Dad about it.
Does he know?
I did tell him the other day. But
Your tone fearsome.
That is my memory
funny.
of this movie.
Yeah, as a kid, that first scene on the boat would have been...
It's still pretty...
It's still pretty terrifying.
Yeah. I will say as well, someone mentioned it in our Discord, which you should jump into if you're not in already, by the way. Links in the show notes. But someone mentioned that that first like mummified dude with the baseball cap, when he turns around, is very similar to how Norman Bates' dead mother turns around as Psycho.
Yes.
Which was such a cool... it definitely looks like it.
It's one of those scenes now that, like, even if it isn't purposefully inspired by it, it's still inspired by it.
Pretty cool.
Secondhand.
But yeah, the Shockirus scene overall, way better in the original.
Jake is a big Shock fan.
Shockirus?
He's a Shock guy.
Yeah, man. Shockirus is pretty cool.
A Shock head.
I'm a big louse head. Big louse head over here. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to have a very hot take right now. Are you ready for this? I prefer the breeziness of this movie to how the original one flows.
Is that a hot take?
This Americanization is so much quicker. It doesn't have as many boring sequences as the original. It doesn't have so much talking. and it is quite exciting and keeps up an exciting pace the whole way through.
I'd agree with you there. Like, I think there are some scenes which have been cut that do lend to a better experience than the first movie.
Yeah.
But there are almost an equal amount of scenes which have been cut from this one that just make it a bit more fast-paced, a bit more punchy, and make some of those scenes have a bit more of an effect on you.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it sums up my feelings for this pretty well. It's like... I don't know, man. It feels like the things that they took away and the things that they added is just kind of eh.
Like equaled each other
Yeah,
out. Yeah. Well, what do you think about the things that they added? Should we talk about Raymond Burr?
Raymond Burr,
for
okay.
a second. The movie starts off, a ship is attacked by Godzilla, and then all of a sudden it hard cuts to Raymond Burr's face, his hand over his eyes, as he feels a disturbance in the force.
We don't see him again for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but then some strange, like, woodwind instruments play in the background. Yeah. We see some, like, it must be like a Japanese pendant next to him.
This is Martin's theme. Yeah. We see his office, and there's like a little ivory carving of a dragon. It seems to me like the set designers of this movie found this at a little op shop. We're like, oh yeah, that's Godzilla. Let's bring it on.
Yeah.
And just tried to fit it into those scenes and make it seem really sentimental to Martin.
Yeah, well, it feels like they're trying to set it up as like, Steve Martin is very connected to Japan, right? He was.
Yeah, he's the one person.
Yeah.
After all these years, who still understands Godzilla.
He's a survivor. It's part of who he is. And then he is like treated as this James Bond-esque character for the rest of the movie. Everyone's referring to him as Martin. Is Martin here?
Oh, it's Mr. Martin.
Everyone like turns at the same time. And Steve Martin is in the doorway of the Pentagon as it pans upwards.
Yeah.
It's this real hero moment that Steve Martin is back.
May I remind you that Steve Martin is a reporter who was the only American amongst hundreds upon thousands of Japanese civilians when Godzilla attacked. He didn't have anybody close to him that died. I would go to say that he didn't feel the effects of Godzilla as much as some of the other people did.
Micah, Steve Martin knows the most about Godzilla, as more than anyone does on the face of the planet. He's the right guy for the job.
Hey, you remember Dr. Yamane?
Yeah.
Forget about him. Steve Martin is there.
Well, I want to ask you in this movie, what does Steve Martin contribute? Heck, what does...
Absolutely nothing.
What do the people at the Pentagon do? They fire the missile that explodes the Russian missile.
Yeah, I gotta say as well, the Pentagon scenes that they did add, it says so much for the movie that all the additions to this Americanization are just a bunch of Americans watching a screen and commentating.
A bunch of old white dudes.
Looking
old overweight white dudes.
Commentating what the Japanese are doing to Godzilla.
Yeah.
They press... No, they don't even press the button to send the missile.
No.
They just watch. And back to what Steve Martin does, he's just a Debbie Downer the whole time. These Americans are asking each other, like, having serious conversations, how do we defeat Godzilla this time? I think it's revealed or insinuated that this Godzilla is the same.
Yeah, well, Steve Martin himself says... 30 years ago, they never found a corpse.
Yeah, so they're insinuating it's the same as the original Godzilla.
Yeah.
And they're thinking of ways to kill him, to get rid of him once and for all. And Mr. Martin, you know, he's been thinking about this for 30 years. The entire time, he's just saying to them, there's no way to do it. You're not going to defeat him.
No.
Try as he might, he's going to survive. We don't see him crack a smile once.
No. He's serious. He wanted this movie to be a serious movie, Micah. Those scenes suck. The new scenes suck. Steve Martin sucks. Raymond Burr, get out of here. I want to talk about the only redeeming part of these scenes, who we've already talked about, Travis Swords.
Yeah, I was going to say, who was that guy who was actually funny in those scenes?
Travis Swords is
Travis
cracker.
Swords.
He's so funny. This is the comedy that we needed in Return of Godzilla. These are things that the actual original movie were lacking and that improve the experience.
This is that little hint, that little essence of Jun Fukuda in this film.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. You're 100% right. He's like calling Godzilla Wonder Lizard. He's like, wow, Wonder Lizard's down for the count. He's like, just like rattling off, telling Steve Martin how safe they are, and then gets shot down by super serious Steve Martin. His reactions during this whole thing pans across everyone. He's just sipping a Dr. Pepper.
I've wanted a guy like him for each Godzilla movie. When Godzilla attacking is just one dude off screen sipping the drink of the month.
He was actually good.
I liked him.
He was actually really good.
I will add one scene that was also cool to see. The Japanese Prime Minister, after Godzilla gets exploded into the volcano, he's down for the count. There's this real cool scene, one of my favorite moments in the film, where we see the entire office with the Prime Minister at the head, bathed in the red glow of the lava as Godzilla's falling in, looking really, really somber. Really, really powerful image right there. After that, in this movie, it cuts to a contrasting blue scene as the Americans in the Pentagon watch on.
Yeah.
And you know, all these US generals and officers, and Raymond Burr standing right at the front ahead of them all.
The newspaper man.
The reporter. But yeah, it's cool to see that little contrast.
Yeah, he does have like a pretty good outro monologue for the whole thing as well. He says, nature has a way sometimes of reminding man just how small he is.
She occasionally throws up the terrible offsprings of our pride and carelessness to remind us of how puny we really are in the face of a tornado, an earthquake, or a Godzilla. The reckless ambitions of man are often dwarfed by their dangerous consequences. For now, Godzilla, that strangely innocent and tragic monster, has gone to Earth. Whether he returns or not, or is never again seen by human eyes, the things he has taught us remain.
It seems like they were trying to make him a bit more of a Yamane figure in this film. One of the only people who speaks out that Godzilla is a living creature and a force of nature. We can't stand up against him. I do feel like he goes a bit overboard, to the point of just dismissing everything else that's happening in the movie.
Yeah.
They bring out the Super X. That's not gonna do anything. Godzilla's he's undefeatable. No. Cadmium, but no cadmium.
This lava idea is not even going to
work. No, he's going to return. No.
He's back. You know, yeah. Whether he returns or not, or is never seen again, you know.
No.
He'll be back. No corpse. Do you see a corpse this time?
Did you see a corpse?
How are we going to check for a corpse in the lava? There's no way. Yeah. Well, something else I also wanted to ask you is we got to rewatch all the scenes with Godzilla attacking the Super X, with Godzilla destroying things.
Yes.
And we got to rewatch the scenes with the Cybot, the completely animatronic Godzilla, which they used to film a lot of this movie.
Yes.
And I incorrectly said last time it was just a head and upper torso.
No.
It's a whole body.
They built a huge animatronic for this.
Yeah. What do you think of the Cybot?
It's still weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, the scenes with its face, any scenes with it just look strange. It doesn't look like Godzilla. It just looks mechanical. It looks janky. It looks bad.
The quivering lip.
The quivering lip. Yeah. Get out of here, Shock Iris and the blood. The quivering lip. If I'd gotten up to that when I was a kid. Yeah.
Be careful if your dad ever walks in on you watching Godzilla's quivering lip. You're down for the count. It feels to me, there's this one scene where the birds fly over Godzilla as he's attacking that radio plant. And I feel like the animatronic, the Cybot, was just an excuse to have him look up for once.
Have more head movement than a person with a huge rubber head would have. Yeah.
With the Godzilla suit in the Showa era, he couldn't look up unless he tilted his whole body backwards.
Good point, yeah.
Yeah.
But was it worth it?
Was it worth it? I'll tell you what, if I had Cybot in my room,
Yeah.
it would be worth it.
Would it?
But I don't, so.
Flip, this is probably going to be a shorter episode because I've only got 2 more points. I have written down here that this movie looks weird. And I don't know what I meant by that.
Are you talking about... Wait, was that your... Did you note that down?
And then I wrote janky underneath. I think it is just... This movie looks great. A lot of it looks amazing. I love the use of color.
But this movie looks weird, janky.
I think I wrote down specifically that a lot of the destruction scenes look weird. I love the miniature stuff. I love the big buildings with chunks out of them. But there's scenes when, like, people on fire are superimposed on front of destruction. There's scenes when Godzilla's foot is meant to be crushing people, but it's like not even touching them, and it's superimposed on top. A lot of the effects just don't work and don't actually seem like what they're wanting it to look like. I don't know. It just looks weird.
There were 2 big moments for me that were more apparent watching this higher quality one. It's when the helicopter came in and saw our 3 heroes in the building.
Yeah.
There was a projection that we mentioned last time, I think.
They've just got a projection of 3 people on the window.
It just looks
moving
very
around.
weird.
Yeah.
But also there's that final scene in the town where the wine guy?
Yes.
The wine guy? When I want to say he dies at the end? And Godzilla's just walking over him. No, it's Godzilla's giant face in the background with like an explosion behind him while this guy's running in front.
Yeah.
And it looks so bad.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
Yeah, and I don't know if like they've edited it to make it worse, but it just looks...
Like, even for the time, it looks bad.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people love Return of Godzilla. And I've really loved everyone who like listens along to the show and watches along with us. I've really loved reading your reviews and reading all the love that people have for the original. There's things that I still don't love about it and I'm not totally on board with. And this kind of just emphasized a lot of those things for me rewatching it again. I still think overall this story is quite compelling. The story they tried to do with returning Godzilla and returning to Godzilla's roots is very cleverly done. But when you take away a lot of the character development, you shoehorn in random American stuff, and you chop the whole thing up a little bit, it's just, I don't know. It's meh. You know?
No, that's a hot take. That's a hot take right there.
And the last thing I had was that the lead actress in this, I forget her name, whoever redubbed over her voice was just terrible.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the redubbing. A lot of the characters were actually really good, especially the voices of the Japanese characters.
Yeah.
Whoever voiced Goro did a fantastic job, I think.
Yeah, I thought he was good too, eh?
But yeah, Naoko, it's just a bit... It was just a bit, you know?
They were doing a bit?
They were doing a bit with her. No, a lot of the characters were a bit iffy with what they said. But specifically the English actors in these new Pentagon scenes. I don't know what was happening with their audio, but every time they talked,
Yeah.
it sounded like they had redubbed over these American actors. But I know they didn't because Raymond Burr would not have come in to voice over his character.
So he was long gone.
Yeah, he left that day, got his paycheck, and vamoosed. It just sounds weird.
Yeah.
And uncanny. It's into that like uncanny valley audio.
It might be the sound mixing of the whole movie, because obviously they would have had to redo how the whole movie sounds because it was originally in Japanese. So they would have had to like take out all the foley, all the music, all the background stuff, take their new audio tracks, remix it all together. It just sounds like, I don't know, whoever mixed this put everyone's dialogue way too high compared to everything else. That it just stands out and is so jarring. Yeah.
One thing that I did really get an appreciation for on rewatch of this, and I don't know how different it was from The Return of Godzilla compared to this one, but I loved the music in this. Especially in the scenes where it showed the missiles in space. It's got this really out there, high-pitched kind of techno music.
Yeah, that was great.
I think it really fit those scenes well, but also that final scene where Godzilla is falling into the volcano. Mwah. Love it.
Well, I think that music piece in space was part of the original score
Mm.
by Rogero Koroku. But for this Americanization, they also put in chunks of a score from a film called DEFCON 4, released in 1985.
Is that a famous film? Because I think I've heard of that.
I'm not too sure. We have to add it to the list.
Patreon.
Yeah, we'll do it on the
DEFCON
Patreon
4.
sometime. But yeah, they just took music from another movie and kind of
Okay.
put it in. So there was some new stuff.
There was
I
some
thought
new
it
stuff.
sounded all right.
Did you like Godzilla's final roar?
No, that was weird.
They added a really high-pitched Rodan King Ghidorah-like roar.
There's also times when Godzilla's mouth is firmly shut, but they play the Godzilla roar. They must have just really loved his roar and went crazy with it, and then didn't love it by the time they finished the movie, so they changed it to something else. I don't know. I don't know. Monster-wise, Micah, this movie has Godzilla and Shockirus. I will
Really?
say. I mean, we went over that
Really?
last time. I will say that this movie also features footage from Godzilla 1954, or I guess
Yes.
Godzilla King of the Monsters. And we see Steve Martin watching Godzilla's rampage from back in that movie.
Back in 56.
Yeah. Which was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
They
It's,
still
it's
tie
nice
it
to see
back.
that, connection between those movies solidified a little bit more.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see some footage of Steve Martin in those events.
That would have been great, eh?
And going back to my point earlier, I think what the original Americanization did better than this one was that Steve Martin was actually amongst all of the chaos and destruction and everything that was happening. There were scenes where he was inserted to be sitting and acting alongside some of the characters in those movies. Even though he didn't act in the same area as those actors did physically,
You're right, yeah.
it still showed his character interacting with that world in a cool way.
Yeah.
Whereas in this movie, he's just watching a TV.
Yeah, you're right. Get Steve Martin in the helicopter rescuing our
Yeah.
characters from the
Yeah.
building. Get Steve Martin on the rim of the volcano making the noise that leads Godzilla into his demise.
Just shouting out across the hole.
Screw Goromaki. Get Steve Martin on board the ship going head to head with Shockirus.
Yeah. Have him be the person who kills Shockirus and saves Goro.
Yes! They could have done it. Shockirus is on Goro's torso, right? Ready to just pierce him.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to Steve Martin rocking up on his speedboat, like rushing in.
David Hasselhoff style.
Yeah, just running in. Steve Martin, he's got Dr. Pepper in hand, by the way. He's rushing in. He's got some sort of weapon. Maybe he doesn't have a weapon. He's just got the Dr. Pepper can.
Yeah.
Runs in, pulls Shockirus by the tail, slams the can into Shockirus' mouth.
Just taste the awesome flavor of Dr. Pepper.
The flavor was too much for Shockirus. Yeah, that's all you need. And then, we get Steve Martin shaking hands with Goromaki, but we only see Goromaki from the back, played by a Shemp, another actor.
Yeah,
Why?
this is great.
Why not? Because Raymond Burr wanted this to be serious.
Because Raymond Burr wanted it to be serious and read our teleprompters.
Yeah.
I think we've just made a what would you call this? A New Zealandification?
Yeah.
New Zealandization.
New Zealandization of an Americanization of a Japanese movie.
That's the one.
I'll quickly just...
I think I had a point there, but
Did you?
we went a little off track. I like where it ended up better than where I was going. Keep talking, Jason.
I'm so overtired. We've had a full-on weekend. We watched the Oscars today.
Yeah.
What a day. And now ending it on Godzilla, an Americanization. I'm going loopy. I'm going insane. I need a Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
I'll quickly get through those little, a couple more bits of trivia, eh?
Yeah.
First bit, on the subject of Dr. Pepper. Raymond Burr was originally asked to drink a Dr. Pepper during a scene.
A fitting request.
And he scoffed. He gave whoever asked him a withering glare.
Is this noted down
Yep.
in the official records?
Yeah. He gave me a withering glare and just said nothing.
Wow.
So Raymond Burr didn't drink the Dr. Pepper, and it was given to our favorite comedic relief character.
Mm-hmm.
Other little bit of trivia is that this movie was accompanied by a short film on its theatrical release and its home video versions. The short film called Bambi Meets Godzilla.
Listeners, I'll just get you to listen to that again. That's Bambi Meets Godzilla.
The crossover of the century.
That is Disney's Bambi
Yeah.
meets Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
You said that was on the VHS version. Did you see this as a kid?
I can't remember.
Did this traumatize you as a
No,
5-year-old?
I didn't watch this. It wasn't on our New Zealand orange VHS copy.
This is available on YouTube.
Yeah.
Minute and a half long.
It's
What is there to say? It speaks for itself.
It's a thrilling tale. Go and watch it now, because we're about to spoil it.
Yeah, pause this episode. Go watch Bambi Meets Godzilla. Come back.
All right, you're back. It is 50 seconds of Bambi eating grass, while credits roll continuously up the screen. Written by Marv Newland. Drawn by Marv Newland. Choreography by Marv Newland.
By Marv Newland? Whoa.
Original idea by Marv
Oh,
Newland.
Marv Newland, wow.
I was
was-
cracking
What
up.
was the other one? Bambi's Wardrobe?
by
By Marv Newland. Marv Newland? By Mr. and Mrs. Newland?
Because they gave birth to Marv Newland.
This played in the theaters before the film.
This is so much better than this actual movie.
This all finishes. Marv Newland gets out of here. We see Bambi eating a flower, sniffing a flower. And then what happens? Godzilla's foot slams down onto Bambi. And stays there for another good 30 seconds or so.
And then his toenails wiggle. And then it ends.
What is this? Who gave Marv Newland the right? Now, I know we'll get to the ratings for Godzilla 1995. Jason, what do you rate Bambi Meets Godzilla?
5 Marv Newlands out of 5 Marv Newlands.
No joke. I'm with you there. This is 5 out of 5 Marv Newlands.
Drink. I can't.
Oh, don't worry, I got a Dr. Pepper.
Thank you. Thanks.
Real guys, I appreciate that, Jasha. Did some Foley for you there as well.
I'm like a real Dr. Pepper. Yeah, Bambi Meets Godzilla is genius.
This is actually pretty terrifying.
Yeah. Imagine a kid sitting down to watch a Godzilla movie and just seeing your childhood hero Bambi crushed to death.
It feels like something out of like an analog horror.
Yeah.
This would fit very well into the Suitmation trials.
Yeah.
Go watch that. Very
Yeah.
fun YouTube series.
Very fun, traumatizing YouTube series. Just
Is
like
Bam-
this short.
Is Bambi in the public domain?
I think it might be. I think it's not like strictly Disney. I think it's like Pinocchio, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's an old story. A lot of people have adapted it. Bambi's met Godzilla.
I choose to ignore any public domain. I really want to believe that Marv Newland just put Bambi in a film for the heck of it. Disney's Bambi, and killed him off, and made Godzilla's toenails wiggle.
Why do they wiggle? The only other thing I had here was the changes, which I don't know if we need to go over. You can look up this movie on Wikipedia and see everything that was changed, but there were a whole lot of scenes that were shortened, like the fight with the sea louse, like where Naoko learns her brother's alive, and like the meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister and the Russian American ambassadors. A whole lot of that stuff is shortened. There are a whole ton of scenes added. We already really talked about them. Apparently, a lot of the Showa era Godzilla roars were added. They weren't in the original, which we mentioned. A whole lot of scenes are altered, like where the vagabond helps himself to food in a restaurant. Like all of Godzilla's rampage through Tokyo. So scenes of crowds fleeing moved so that they appear sooner in this movie than they did in the Japanese version.
Okay. And
apparently the Super X fight's completely rearranged. In the Japanese version, Godzilla fires its atomic ray at the Super X after being hit with cadmium missiles.
Yeah, that was...
Not before.
Yeah. This was very weird.
Yeah. Godzilla's first attack on the nuclear power plant is all chopped up and moved around. And earlier in the story in this one than it is in the other. And a lot of scenes are deleted. A lot of scenes with Godzilla's life-size replica foot were taken out. A shot of the American missile in space was taken out. Hayashida and Naoko making a wave generator and making inventions were completely taken out.
Yeah.
Hayashida showing Okamura photos of Godzilla's 1954 attack in the hospital and talking about the sea louse, taken out. Goro calling his editor from an island, taken out. I could go on and on. A lot of things were changed. But, Micah, overall, changes and all, Dr. Pepper's and all, Steve Martin and all, what did you think about this movie?
We've said all we need to, Deja. This does so many things worse. It does very few things better. It makes for a weird watch. What did I rate it? What did I rate the other one? I was pretty harsh.
2.5, I think.
Was it 2.5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one 2 Dr. Peppers.
All right, not much worse.
Not much worse. It's just a few of those weird, uncanny things. The fact that those Russian scenes, you have no clue what's happening. Raymond Burr being a... He just needs to cut his jib, okay? He just needs to cut his jib.
Sounds like a threat to Raymond Burr, personally.
Raymond Burr, you gotta cut your jib.
Raymond Burr, I'm gonna cut your jib.
Yeah, 2 Dr. Peppers. I will say as well, I didn't know one funny piece of trivia.
Yeah.
They never call him Steve Martin in this film. It's either Steve or Mr. Martin.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Steve Martin at the time was a comedian.
Oh, yeah. The Steve Martin we know and love.
Yeah. Too comedic for Raymond Burr.
Couldn't be associated with
serious.
comedy at all.
Very serious.
I forget that, yeah, Steve Martin probably wasn't popular in 1956 when the original movie came out. So it makes sense that he was way more popular than this Steve Martin by the time this one did.
This movie was nominated for a lot of Stinkers Awards. Did you know that?
Stinkers Awards. Do those come before the Razzies?
Yeah.
This movie flew by.
Yeah.
This movie was a fun time. I had a lot of laughs. I had a lot of fun with the Dr. Peppers everywhere. I had a lot of fun with the comedy. I didn't mind some of the insert Pentagon stuff. It was very unnecessary. Raymond Burr sucks. 2.5 out of 5 Dr. Peppers. 2 Dr. Peppers and a half finished can that I'm going to offer to Raymond Burr to finish off. And he'll deny it. No, he'll reject you. He'll reject me. Wouldn't want to share a can with me.
Can I go back and change my rating?
Yeah, sure.
I also feel like with Americanizations, they have a chance to make these movies better.
Yeah.
For the American audience and really, really build off of them. This movie just dumped on that. It made it worse.
Oh.
What they added was not worth adding.
Okay.
So much so that they had to make it better by taking things out.
Yeah.
I think that tells you enough about it. That's a single Pepsi, and then
Whoa, you're taking a whole Pepsi.
and then
Wait, a Pepsi? Where are these Pepsis
that's
going?
that's right. I won't even have a Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna have a Pepsi to wash the taste of this movie away.
You're dropping a whole can of soda.
Yeah,
One Pepsi.
and I'm changing it as well.
Oh, this is the last Americanization we ever have to do.
I'm bringing out the champagne for that.
Let's add another drink to the table. Cheers to no more Americanizations, no more cut up, butchered films, no more times that America has just made them seem like the best people on the planet, all high and mighty.
No more podcast episodes with less listens for us because they have Americanization in the title.
No more times Raymond Burr's name will appear before any Japanese actors when he's in it for 5 minutes.
These Americanizations have been fun. There
Yeah.
have been a good few of them, like at least 5.
Yeah. We had Godzilla 1 and 2.
Godzilla 1 and 2. We had Half Human.
Yeah.
Varan.
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe this one.
6 Americanizations.
Yeah.
Done and dusted.
All done. Overall, probably not worth checking out. Watch the original movies.
Yeah, if all this adds is Raymond Burr and Dr. Peppers, yeah, don't. This is not on my to-watch list for any of you Godzilla fans.
Yeah, but let us know what you thought. Email us, podzillapod@gmail.com. Jump into our Discord. Let us know what you thought of the movie. We did get 2 of you getting in touch. First one was an email.
This is a question for the podcast
Okay.
from our loyal listener, Hamish.
Good personal friend who we've had on the show before.
Yep.
Nice to hear from you, Hamish. Thank you.
Hamish writes in, does Godzilla defecate? If so, where?
Hitting us with the hard-hitting questions.
I think if we want a realistic Godzilla movie,
I'll leave this one to you, yeah.
really feel the full force of what nature can really do and how it impacts our world.
Yeah.
To push that theme of Godzilla as its own creature that we don't understand, a living, breathing monster in our world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he needs to have basic biological functions. I would say that volcano at the end of this movie, the perfect place.
He's
for
just been
Godzilla
holding
to
it all in.
defecate. He probably does it in the ocean as well.
What I want to propose.
You know how they find, what's it called? What's that whale vomit they find
That's really
on the
like,
beaches?
yeah.
That's not whale vomit, guys.
What I want to propose is Bambi meets Godzilla 2, Bambi rides again. But Bambi rides again. Bambi rides again. Where Bambi
dies again.
Bambi dies again. Bambi is eating grass. No Godzilla foot. Godzilla poop. That's all I have to offer. Thank
Question
you, Hamish.
answered, Hamish. I hope you're happy.
Thank you, Hamish. Last one we have here is a voice message from Waffles. Waffles Kaiju Reviews, my favorite part of every show. Let's have a listen.
Yeehaw, it's Flapjack here coming at you with another giant monster review. Now, y'all told me to watch the 1984 film, and so I did. And I know his name is Big Brother, but just because it's Big Brother doesn't make him a kaiju. Although now I would like to see a Big Brother versus Godzilla film, because I think that would actually be quite interesting. Either way, it was a film about the encroaching of fascism in the police state. So I'm going to give it a yee out of haw, and I'm only going to give it a score that low just because of the lack of giant monsters, which is, of course, what I review. Pew, 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 pew. It has come to my attention that apparently I reviewed the wrong film, and that I was meant to be reviewing the Godzilla 1985 film, but you can see my confusion. Me being Flapjack of the Giant Monster Review, and so I watched the 1985 Godzilla film, and I gotta say that film is as American as apple pie. And you know how we love all things American here, and so this film, of course, gets the patented yee-yada-ha, and so that's my thoughts about that. We love all things American, and this film is as American as they come. And so a big old yee-haw to all of your listeners, and I hope you have a very fine day. Thank you.
Did Waffles watch the movie 1984?
Wait, you meaning like... Wait, you are... Yeah, 1984.
George Orwell?
George Orwell's sci-fi dystopian classic about the dream police, the thought police. Big Brother.
And fascism, yeah.
Fascism. Wow.
Starring John Hurt, good actor.
Flapjack, thank you for watching the right movie. Yeah. 1984 is probably a lot better than this one. That is us. Everyone, thank you for putting up with us. Thank you for listening to us.
The Americanizations are done. Hey, say, here we come. I've been waiting.
Yeah, next up, we have a really, really good one that has been getting a lot of hype already on our Discord. I know a lot of you have already dived right into it. I am so, so excited. It is Godzilla vs. Biollante. Micah, did you want to read out what this one's about?
Godzilla vs. Biollante. Concerned over Godzilla's possible return, the Japanese government uses Godzilla cells to create a new bioweapon, but their experiments result in a dangerous and plant-like mutation. We did watch this one as kids.
Yeah.
I remember us loving it. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really looking forward to it too. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Jump into our Discord once again. We've got a list of ways that you can watch the film there, details on when we're covering it, details on how to get involved. It'll be cool.
And just join the community. We also have our Patreon. Super cheap, super duper cheap. Each month we have a Patreon exclusive episode watching a movie that you guys can vote on. We're aiming to go through all the King Kong movies on our Patreon feed, and we've been having a great blast on that journey so far. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I don't know what to say anymore. The teleprompter stopped rolling.
Yeah, my one stopped as well. This is really awkward.
I've never had to.
Do you have a script?
Kind of end on an improv before.
Yeah,
what do I do?
I think I chucked my script out. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, this is good fun.
This was great time. Have a great rest of your week. Godzilla vs. Biollante. Gonna be good.
That was a nice enough ending, right?
Yeah,
that was good.
That was how we usually
That's
do it.
fine. That's
perfect.
That's okay.
Yeah. That's been Podzilla with your hosts Jasha
and Micah Drake. Follow along on our socials at PodzillAPod and jump into our Discord via the link in the show notes.
Huge thank you to Cassie Celine who did our podcast art and Degora9898 who did our episode thumbnail.
Let's go. And just a disclaimer that any musical sound effects used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho Company. See you guys next episode.